Eco 9 is sponsored by your Washington area Toyota dealers.
The environment matters here at WUSA 9, and it's National Oyster Weekend, and the Oyster Recovery Partnership is going to share with us why oyster shell recycling in both restaurants and also at home is so important for the preservation of the oyster population within the Chesapeake Bay.
And we are here with Allison Guercio of the Oyster Recovery Partnership and Luis Perez, Chef de Cuisine of the Walrus Oyster and Ale House. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for having us.
So this weekend is so important for really the education. What is the Oyster Recovery Partnership?
Oyster Recovery Partnership is the nonprofit expert in Chesapeake Bay oyster restoration. We're leading conservation of the Bay's oyster by building sanctuary reefs, rebuilding public fishery reefs, recycling shell to support those efforts, and getting the public involved through events like National Oyster Weekend and hands-on volunteering.
What does it mean when you talk about that recycling of the shell? What's that even mean? Like, what could we do? We can help out, right?
So a lot of people don't know that by eating oysters and making sure that the shells are recycled, you're actually enabling more oysters to be put back into the Chesapeake Bay. So one oyster shell, when it's recycled through our program, becomes a home for 10 times as many baby oysters. So
So when you say recycle, it's not just throwing it back in the water, right? It's a program that you have.
Correct. It's dining with a Shell Recycling Alliance restaurant like the Walrus, or if you eat them at home, taking your shells to a public drop site. And then making sure they're recycled.
I didn't know it was a thing either. Yeah. Chef, you probably knew, right? The things you have done with oysters here this morning. What have you brought us?
Well, I present to you guys our local oysters, you know, from South America, County. We also made a chef dozen with a local sweet and briny. I have devil eggs, one of the most popular dishes in our restaurant.
And that's a fried oyster on top.
Fried oysters on top.
Wow.
Yes, it's very good. Our oyster Rockefeller, and then fried oysters roll.
Look at that.
Wow.
Oh,
It's stuffed in a roll. Wow.
See the big, I mean, there's so much you can do with oysters, and I think a lot of people think of just eating it out of the shell or, you know, oyster Rockefeller or whatnot. Allison, with this weekend, what kind of events are you all doing that people can come out, really learn more, and enjoy the good food?
So ultimately, National Oyster Weekend is about the importance of recycling shell. So we want people to visit nationaloysterday.org, find a participating restaurant like the Walrus, and just get out there and eat.
Enjoy.
Okay, we can do that.
Are these some that we could shuck? Is there like a class you have to go through to be able to open up an oyster?
Well, it takes a little practice. I'm going to show you how to open one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
First, I like to fold my towel like this, just to protection.
Yeah.
Oyster, you got to find it. It has two sides, the flap side, and this is called the cup. This is where all the juices are. And the oyster has muscles. It is attached from the top and from the bottom. So what we're going to do is trying to find the hinge right here.
Okay.
So you put the cup side down because that's where all the juices are. Okay.
And then you wiggle a little bit until you feel it click.
It pops.
It pops.
It
So
just clicks open.
slice your knife like 45 degrees.
Safety.
Through a class?
Oh, look at that.
Cut the top muscles, and then here you go.
Wow.
That's what
And you do all of that work for us in the restaurant.
I do. I do.
We don't have to come in and chuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know some people that, I mean, they always have the oyster bakes at home or and shucking. I've always been too afraid, Chef. I was like, gonna hurt myself. But you just take the extra protection, the practice.
Yeah, it's just practice.
Did you cook it before? No, I don't know much about oysters. You just eat them raw, right?
Yep, eat them right out of the shell. It's the best, in my opinion, the best way to eat oysters. But I know people like the Rockefeller for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for educating us on the importance of this, and especially recycling the shells. Chef, we appreciate you bringing all of this and showing us the great ways that we can enjoy this food as well. It's a weekend to go eat oysters. You can learn more about oyster recovery at oysterrecovery.org and head to the National Harbor and Columbia, Maryland to check out the Walrus Oyster and Ale House.
You didn't need an excuse to eat oysters, but here it is if you want it for this weekend. All right.